Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Iman.
I'm Siham.
And we are Pharaoh. Welcome to Powher, your portal dedicated to expanding our souls, minds, and bodies.
Welcome back, y'all.
Welcome back and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It is 2020, which is what this episode is about. This is episode 3, 2020 Vision.
2020 Vision, which we all have. What an exciting time to be alive, honestly. I know when we were children, we were like, 2020, flying cars, like everybody's wearing spacesuits. Like, where are we at with that? We're all just wearing regular clothes. No, I'm kidding. But this time, around this time, we've all set really powerful intentions, especially for 2020. I always remind everybody, just as we're evolving and changing as humans, the Earth's frequency and the Earth is changing and it's rising. And because we're made up of the same elements as the Earth, we are also rising and our frequency is rising, meaning we're lining up with all the things we're saying. So if we're affirming we are love, that we are wealth, that we are powerful and all these things, our words need to line up with our emotions and our actions, and that's what it's like. Setting the intention is all about like the energetic foundation of that so that you can manifest. So
it's about alignment. And I think that's having 2020 vision and clarity is all about alignment. If there's something within you that doesn't feel all aligned, like you're doing something that doesn't align with your mind, your body, it doesn't make you feel good, then you gotta rethink, which is why I think any year, but especially this year, it's important to, maybe you did it before the new year, maybe you're gonna do it now, but really setting your intentions and spending time with yourself. Me and her, we're together a lot. People will see us out and it'll just be like, oh, okay, you're here. Where's, they'll look behind me like, where's your sister?
Always. They'll be like, what happened to Siham? She's completely fine and healthy. She's at home. I'm out on the streets. Like, what?
She's doing her own thing.
Yeah.
But really spending time apart, especially me and her, we have such a close relationship, whether, you have a close relationship with, your sibling that you work with, or even husband and wife.
Friends.
Everybody needs time with themselves to realign, to tune in, to see what you want to do, how you feel. Because when you feel good about something, that's what's going to create the momentum.
That inspired action, and it doesn't feel like work. That's why I never use the word work anymore. Like when you feel good and you line up with yourself and you have the intentions and you're like, I'm gonna go do it. It feels so good when you really listen to your inner voice and you go for it. When it doesn't feel good is when you let in, but what does she think and what does he think? And I love what Tiam was saying. We're always together, so it's important to know that, yes, we're on a collective journey like Powher, Pharaoh, but we're also on our separate journeys. Like she's a whole individual woman doing her thing. So it's important because a lot of times I'll just say things, but I'll be like, wait, am I saying that because I know Siham likes that too? Do I actually like that? So it's just important to just check in with ourselves. It's not a big deal. It doesn't matter if it's family, friends, or a work situation. It's important to just be like, wait, let me just check in with my energetic field. Is this something that I want to do, or am I just doing this because everybody else is? And you just ask yourself, and you'll always know what feels better. Anyway, that's what 2020 is about. Whether you're making vision boards, whatever it is that however you're setting your intentions, just know that you're an emotionally intelligent being. You're living in an intelligent universe. The universe has your back. So whatever you're thinking about, that's what you're creating. So let's focus on the things we want to create. Let's not go against ourselves. If a business failed last year, a relationship failed last year, some went down last year, that was last year. Do not bring it into 2020. You are a beautiful, sovereign being. You are powerful. You are connected to your source. Just like my iPhone's plugged in, there's an electrical source. We got a source too. Let's remember that we're powerful. And yeah, I really do believe 2020, just like everybody's saying, is going to be one of the best years because of just also the energetic frequency of the universe too. Like it's working for us, So basically when you feel like things are really hard and you feel like things are working against you, that's when you step back. That's when you step back and just kind of recheck with yourself. Be like, wait, why does this feel so difficult? Where's the solution? How can I make this easier? Maybe I'm not fully aligned with this part. We always got to check in with ourselves instead of reacting. That's what we normally do. If something
doesn't
goes
go
wrong.
right.
Yeah, we react, and it's like, let's
we
not
get angry, we get frustrated, and it's like, anger and frustration, all of these emotions.
We're human.
They serve a purpose.
Yes.
But it's never good to like stay in it too long. Like, I'm not a robot. Like, I get mad, I get frustrated, I get, hurt, sad, happy. Like, all of these emotions are working for us. And that's something that I had to really like understand and just like really have a deep knowing. Like, I don't get mad anymore about being mad. Being mad about being mad,
Yeah.
But
you're like, okay, I'm upset right now. What is my soul trying to tell me? What is, how can I translate my emotions right now? Because that's all it is. We're just translating our feelings all day, and they're guiding us. How cool is that we don't need to look at somebody else's blueprint. We don't need to copy somebody else's life. You got it. Like, how cool is that? They should have taught this in 5th grade.
But just like the being with yourself and really like tuning in, it allows you to just like get those little nudges, and it reminds us of this documentary we just watched.
Yes.
Called
The Biggest Little Farm. I don't know, my brother sent it, so I don't know if it's on Netflix or somewhere, but just Google it, The Biggest Little Farm.
And it's such a beautiful story about, a family, a husband and wife that wanted to start a farm.
Yeah, and they lived in a small apartment in Santa Monica. They had a dog. The wife's dream was to have a huge farm because she loved gardening in her little balcony. She had a food blog, really cute family. But they had a dog, and it's just crazy. The whole unfolding of their life all started with their dream and intention they set, and also they had to move out because they adopted a dog and they couldn't.
The building didn't allow like pets, so they had like a 30-day notice to either get rid of their dog or
figure something else out.
Yeah, or move.
Yeah.
So this whole trajectory they were on, like, they already had the intention of like, they wanted a farm. They didn't have any money to start it though.
Yeah.
But because they were put in a position where, okay, you got to choose, you either
need
move
to
out
leave your
or
home.
or get rid of this dog that you love that's like a part of the family. And it's like things like that propel you forward. They were just like, you know what? Now this is the best time to just like do what we want. We get to keep our dog. Let's go like start the farm. And it was just because they didn't want to like get rid of their beloved dog or even just like move to another place. It was the motivation for them to like really get their dream going.
That was the inspired action. If their inspired action was, okay, we can't afford to move, let's get rid of the dog, that there wouldn't have been nothing wrong with that because everybody's in circumstances and they're doing their best. But their inspired action was, we love this dog. Like, that was just the passion behind it. And for them to have, no money and, talking to their family, trying to, get resources and, get an investment, they eventually do. But really, this documentary was such a mirroring, I think, for us, for me individually, of just how beautiful life is when you enjoy the journey. Because it's all unfolding, Anyway, I don't know. I didn't know that much about farming. I've always wanted a farm, but I don't know how to farm. But just seeing how difficult, this place was a desert that they ended up getting. It was like the soil could not be, nothing, the soil was dead. And people, like other farmers came to help them, and they were just like, other farms that were there before them weren't that successful. Yeah. And just farming in this day and age is, they're just trying to cut costs. So like that's why it's not the best. Like our animals are not being taken care of. Vegetables are, pesticides, and just, y'all already know GMO. We ain't got to get into it. But what I'm saying is, these people had a dream to create a beautiful ecosystem of just organic fruits and vegetables and just have all kinds of stuff. And I don't want to ruin it. Please go watch it because it made me, that documentary inspired me to continue enjoying my journey. I've been saying that. We've been saying that since season 1 of Powher. Enjoy the journey. Like our yoga journey, for example. If I was not enjoying this journey, if it didn't feel good to do yoga, I'm not doing it. Because it doesn't feel good for me to like go to the gym and lift weights. I used to do that, and I'm just like, I don't want to do that anymore, But just like how magical this place that they built was, and it just shows you like how God works, how the universe works. Like everything had to work together to create this powerful ecosystem. Like the soil had to be right, the soil needed the right food. There was animals eating the food. Like it was just insane. Like there was
like the circle of life.
The circle of life, and that's what we're in. So anyway, that documentary I felt like was such a like a mirroring of my life. And I was just like, yes, like if you just saw the beauty of at the end, you just wouldn't have thought they would get there, because most of us just, most people probably would have gave up,
But it's also, it's mirroring the ecosystem, like just within ourselves, even just like our own individual selves, and just how everything works together and how everything has to be in rhythm with each other to like have this balance to, be abundant and flourish.
I love that. I love what you said, our inner ecosystem and being in sync with the rhythm of the universe. Y'all know I showed you this plant last episode, but this plant is a perfect example. Every morning, it rises with the sun, it opens up, and then at night, right now, I don't know what time it is, but it's getting darker, and it's gonna start to close up. In sync with the universe, What a great example, thank you. So I just love that.
And that's what 2020 is about, period. Just being in sync and in rhythm with yourself and the universe.
Yeah.
Like, when you're not in rhythm, when you have like a lot of anxiety, or you're like, when you're not feeling good, you're not in rhythm.
Yeah.
There's something that you're resisting. There's something that you're not letting in what's here for you.
The goodness, the abundance, everything you want, you can let in right now. I have such a perfect example of that. This is a perfect segue. Why am I giving her my stone? You guys, so last season, episode 5, Seaham won the lottery. Y'all already know she won $10,000. It was lit. It was on my birthday weekend, so it was a little co-creation. But I love the lottery. I always talk about it. Whenever I feel inspired, I buy a ticket. So, little fun story, Christmas morning. It's so funny because, we're Muslim, and growing up in a Western world, like Christmas it's everywhere. And we've always said, oh my God, Christmas spirit, it's a real thing. It's a real thing that everybody feels like around this time they're just going to be so generous and giving and loving. So the idea behind Christmas spirit is so cute. And
it's just a collective joy that everybody has, and it doesn't matter what religion you are. Yeah. People feel it. Everybody feels it.
And it's just a beautiful time. So, and also our sister-in-law, Faye, shout out to Faye. Her birthday is December 25th. And
Christmas, baby.
So I always say happy birthday and Merry Christmas to her all the time. And I remember waking up that morning, and I was just like on Amazon. I don't know what I was trying to get, but there was something that was $100, and it wasn't an Amazon Prime thing. And I was just like, I don't know when it's gonna. It was just one of those like I was going, like, is this a good purchase?
Well, you're saying like you're very intentional about the things you buy. So it's not about even money. It's just about like
money's energy.
Do I need this? But this particular morning, you're just like,
I was like, yeah. And then I kept going back and forth, and I was like, wait, I want it. Like, it's not Prime. Whatever little reasons, I was just like, do I actually need it? Whatever. And then I was just like, I'm abundant. What am I talking about? Like, I'm rich. I say that all the time, guys. I'm rich. So then I'm like, Seaham, oh my God, I forgot my lottery ticket that I bought last night. Can you pass it to me? So she threw it to me in the living room, and I'm literally sitting on the living room floor, and I'm just like, so abundant. And I literally visualized $100. Now, I could have visualized $1 million, but for whatever reason, in that moment, with the universe, I visualized a $100 winning ticket. And I literally, my cousin and Siam were right there, and I literally checked. I have the app, the OLG app, and I was literally like, this is a $100 ticket. This is a $100 encore winning Christmas. And it was just like, din, 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 gagno, which is winner in French. And I won $100. So what can I take from that? That was the universe saying, you better go buy that $100 thing on Amazon, whatever you were talking about, because you are in alignment with it. It's just like a fun little story, but it was just a nice little nudge I needed from the universe to remind me that I'm always taken care of. I always say I'm infinitely supplied. I'm infinitely supplied. I see the infinity sign, the number 8 everywhere, and that number 8 stands for abundance. If you ever see that number, that angel number, it's always talking about abundance, and it's there to remind you that you don't need to worry about how things are coming in, and even feeling bad about spending $100 on something that maybe is not worth $100, but you wanted it. Like, it doesn't matter if it was a paper clip that was $100 on Amazon. I wanted it, and the universe said, there you go. So I'm just saying, like, I love that. That's how the universe works. And somebody should have told me that when I was 3, because I would have been a billionaire by now. But I'm just kidding, guys. But even money, the whole other thing about money, like, it's just energy. My energy is my currency. And when I'm tapped into the energy of abundance and prosperity, it doesn't matter what it is, I'm always taken care of. Somebody will just gift it to me. It'll just come in the mail. I'll be like thinking about something and somebody will send it. This is what happens. The only time manifestations like take a little longer to come in is when I'm just too focused on it. I'm putting too much on it. And that's not my job to
too much importance. And you know what? Like there are so many things that are important, but like I don't really differentiate between like a big dream and a small dream anymore. They're the same. I don't care if like, if it's something as simple as winning $100 in a lottery, like it's just $100. But like
you're right, it was the same as the 10,000 you won energetically.
There's no difference. It's the same energy, and that goes with like the things that you want. A lot of times when we put so much importance on something like, oh my gosh, this is, I don't know, like this is my project of a lifetime, or like this is,
if this doesn't work out, I'll just I don't know. Like you just put that much pressure on yourself. It's like, no.
There's so much like you're creating more resistance. It's like it's still there for you, but you're not allowing it to flow in.
Yeah.
With the rhythm of the universe.
That's what
you just gotta be with the rhythm, and you gotta enjoy like the process, because being like super, stressed out while you're doing something, it's just not like the energy that flows, that brings it in.
And things have steps, right? Things take time, and that's okay. And every time I say that to myself, I'm like, time is an illusion. So what are you hung up on now? And I'm like, all right, let me get that out of my head. It's important to remind ourselves that all these constructs and things, they're not real. So just stay focused on the art, the creative part. That's your job. Everything else is the universe's job. That is my belief system. Some people might say that's a little extreme, but just the wizard living in her world. Honestly, like I'm just like, that's not my job. That's the universe's job. And I don't get in the way of the universe anymore. Like I just love that. You're good. Everybody's good. 2020 vision, we here. All of us. We all have it. Now, one more thing before this, because this is a short episode, guys. One more thing I want to add was 2020 vision, right? Let's remember our spiritual sight, our third eye. That is our soul's eye. And just know that your intuition, that's where that's coming from. Your intuition, please follow it. Don't follow anybody else's. Follow that inner intuition of yours, because that's your power. I love it. We're all psychics. Not just me, not just him. We all are. But yeah, I think that's the... We would like to pick a card. Do we?
Yeah, okay. Let's pick it.
It's fun doing that.
It's just it's a good thing to do at the end, just as a collective message for everybody.
This is the Isis deck. Shout out to our ancient Egyptian goddess. Anyway, I love this deck. But I'll let... I know you guys can't see it. It's too bright. But I'll let Siham read it. Wow, this card is perfect.
Wow.
Perfect.
So this card says, it's called Life Restored. And it says, spiritual resurrection is gifted to you now. Whatever part of you or your life you thought to be dead is being revived and will flourish back into life. Just as the phoenix rises from the fire, transitioning from death into life, so too will you rise again, healed and renewed.
I'm sorry, I just got a little emotional because that was so directly connected to the farm. Sorry, you guys all need to go watch that documentary, The Biggest Little Farm. Right? That's how they felt, like this dead land that they bought. It was just dead. It looked like desert, and what it became and their journey, it was just so beautiful. And it's just like,
really beautiful.
It reminded me to enjoy the journey. And it's like life restored. Like, you're good. We have angelic energy that surrounds us. We're supported. We are loved. It is 2020. Yeah, that card got me emotional.
I mean, and it's
333.
And this card also connects with 2020. It's 333, I know.
I love that.
But like, some people, I don't know if they gave up on their dreams or they don't feel like it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah.
Your energy will be restored. Whatever part of your life you thought to be dead is being revived and will flourish back into life.
Just like that
focus
soil.
on that. It's about focus. It's about what you're focused on.
That soil was dead, and then it wasn't. All right, I'm over the farm, guys.
Yes.
I keep talking about the farm. I love you guys. Let's get it, 2020.